Let's journal about nature. Do you have a habit of journaling or writing down daily events? Well, there is another type of journaling that you may not yet have tried: nature journaling. Nature journaling is a practice of noting down what you see in nature. The description could be in words, in drawing, and you need not be a great artist for this, or recording on devices like a smartphone. You can record a single observation of a bird, animal, or insect, or even an event like a bee visiting a flower. If you meticulously maintain this habit, you will start to notice tiny details that you never thought of before and start identifying different species and where and how they live. Over time, you will begin to understand the small changes happening in the world around you too. Here are some tips to keep in mind before you start. 1. Keep a separate book for nature journaling. This will help you to keep track of your observations easily. 2. You can journal throughout the day or keep specific times during the day when you journal. However, don't forget to note down interesting observations, even if they occur outside your observation period. If you don't have access to your journal at the moment, make it a point to write down your observation later. 3. Paint your observation in words using as much detail as possible. When you note down the details, remember to add the place name, date, and time, or at least what time of day it is, like morning or evening. If it is a bird, write down the name if you know it, or describe the color, its size with respect to another bird that you know, whether it was flying or sitting on the ground or perched in a tree. Was it alone or in a group, and count how many if it was a group. And was it trying to hunt an insect, drinking nectar, or just resting? You should also write down questions if something made you curious. Try and keep your journal fun and interesting. You can also submit your observations to citizen science online platforms. There are general platforms for uploading all nature-related observations, such as iNaturalist. There are also specific platforms for certain taxonomic groups. For example, if you are making observations about birds, then you can submit them to the eBird database. There are scientists sitting in many parts of the world looking for this kind of information from other parts of the world. But due to lack of access to locations and resources, they are unable to collect data. Your local observations, no matter how small they seem, could help these platforms grow their databases and provide nature enthusiasts and researchers around the world with more information about the species that they love and study. But there is a catch. Some of these platforms have age restrictions. For example, children under the age of 13 will require parental approval to be on the iNaturalist platform. If you don't have access to a smartphone or a tablet, ask your parents or an older sibling to help you out. But nothing stops you from making your observations using a pen and paper, right? So why don't you keep your device aside and start nature journaling right away?